my god, this is so cringe. Every ounce of my body does not want to make this video right now. I feel so much resistance today. And I'm gonna move through it. So, I wanna talk about being a YouTuber with 1,000 subscribers. Because for all practicality's sake, having 1,000 subscribers doesn't really mean anything. But when the idea of becoming a YouTuber is meaningful to you, having 1,000 subs can make you start to ponder what life could look like if you succeeded. One of the core challenges that any YouTuber faces is the question of, can I attract an audience? And who is that audience? In the beginning, when you have 0 subscribers and you're just pushing videos into the abyss, it's easy to label your channel as a failed project and to shift your attention to other things. But as you get closer to 1,000 subs, at least for me, an exciting tension begins to develop, because it's apparent that at least some people like what you're doing. If even one person resonates with your personality and your point of view, it's a certainty that there are more people just like them out there. And so that creates a tension, because it's proof that you do have an audience. And even if you don't know exactly who they are out there, they just haven't found you yet. And so if that's true, if you do have that audience, an even tougher question comes up. And that question is, can I muster the courage and the skills that are necessary to attract that audience? Because YouTube has changed. It is ultra competitive. Sometimes it seems like the YouTubers who are doing the best are the ones who want to coach you on how to become a YouTuber. But regardless, the fact remains, to succeed on this platform and to stand out in a sea of incredible work, you have to have videos that are so meticulously packaged up, from the video idea to the thumbnail to the title. And even if you can get the click, you have to be so engaging. The person doesn't know you, so you have to be so engaging that they stick around and they don't hurt your retention metrics. It's absolutely wild how many different skill sets are required to be successful on this platform. Now, this isn't wrong, it's not bad. It's just the way the universe works. But when you don't have that set of skills, the gap between you with 1,000 subs and you with 100,000 attracting your audience, the gap can seem enormous. I mean, it can seem extremely intimidating. And within this gap, there's some difficult barriers. There's some self-doubt. There's self-doubt there. There's a lack of skills. Like, you probably just don't have the skills yet. And then there's the aspect of time. So there's this gap made up of self-doubt, lack of skills, time. And it puts you in a position where you have to really examine if you're willing to go on that journey. As for me, I mean, I feel like I'm 100 videos away from even being decent at this. And I truly do feel like there's really no reality where I dabble in YouTube and I'm successful. It seems like something that I have to take as seriously as my career or my financial, physical health, my relationships. It feels like if I truly want to succeed here, it requires that level of attention, that level of conviction. And this is where YouTube, in a way, is kind of ruining my life. And I say that because my current lifestyle, my current behaviors have led to my life outcomes. And I really like my life. I like the outcomes that I've created, but within that set of outcomes is not a successful YouTuber. Right, within that set of outcomes is somebody who's dabbled in YouTube and not been successful. So in order for me to actualize my potential on YouTube, I have to reconstruct my lifestyle. And so in a way, it is gonna ruin my life. At minimum, it's going to disrupt my life. And I'm comfortable with that because this whole YouTube thing feels like a calling for me. And so I am actively rearranging my life in different ways right now to better align with my vision to do YouTube. And that looks a few different ways. One major way is that my girlfriend and I are going to move to a new apartment next month. So we're gonna move out of this building, which we really love, to move to an apartment that's more affordable. It's outside of downtown. So not only does that reduce our expenses, but they actually have some amenities that I could use to create YouTube videos in, which is really cool. And this whole thing has me thinking about and actually road mapping what life could look like if I did go all in on this project. I've always been the type of person to go all in on things. It's just how I'm wired. And so when I think about what I said earlier, where I don't know that I can dabble in YouTube and be successful or actualize my potential, there's a part of me that's thinking, Tyler, maybe you should just go for it. And that's intense. Talk about ruining your life. To give up, stability, to give up a lucrative job, to give up a nice downtown apartment, and to essentially burn through my savings to make videos for, a few hundred people that are gonna watch. Logically, it sounds insane. I mean, to somebody who doesn't have a creative calling or, doesn't understand YouTube and doesn't understand those of us who love YouTube, the idea of going all in on YouTube with 1,000 subscribers is an insane thing to do. But I'm not gonna lie to you, it's in my heart, and I'm thinking a lot about it. Because I'm gonna be 34 in 2 weeks. It's crazy. And when I imagine going and committing to YouTube in a new way, most of me envisions me failing. And by failing, I just mean, externally, it'd be awesome to have 100,000 subscribers. That was kind of my external goal. But regardless, statistically, I will fail at YouTube. So this would mean, the implication here is that I give up a bunch of amazing things in my life to go all in on something that I'm gonna fail at. But the more I think about it, I think about my 9-to-5 right now. I'm in sales today. I've been in sales for 8 years. I could fail at that. So when I think about what I'm gonna fail at and what's the one thing worth failing at, I could do a sales job and utterly fail that year and not sell anything. And then at the end of that year of failure, I look back and what do I have to show for it? Not much. Probably didn't learn that much. I've been in this career for a while. But I imagine me, committing to YouTube and doing that for a year. And at the end of that year, let's just say I still have 1,000 subscribers. I'm just flat. Nothing happens. Nobody watches. Nobody cares. But when I look back, wow. At minimum, I have some cool videos that I worked hard on, that I care about, that hopefully I'm proud of. I've certainly polished up skills that I don't have in my skill stack today, whether that's video editing, public speaking, creating thumbnails, titles, writing scripts, getting more comfortable public speaking and in public. And that's pretty interesting to me. You're telling me if I fail, at the end of it, I'll have some pretty interesting skills that I don't have today. I like that. But I think the most important thing to consider is that it's my most authentic path. it's uniquely me. It's something that when I'm done with it, only I could create it. And I don't say that in an egotistical way. I just mean matter of fact. Like, you think about your gifts, you might be giving them in certain ways in your 9 to 5. I'm sure you are. I'm sure you're giving your gifts in your personal relationships, in your work. But something like YouTube, if that's a calling for you, or it's writing or dancing or anything like that, there's an aspect of that art that only you can manifest. It's so uniquely you. And something about that feels meaningful, regardless of if anybody sees it. Something about this moment now, you know, even if nobody watches this, the way the words are coming out of my mouth, the way the sensations of my body, the things that I'm feeling, the resistance that is slowly dissipating, all of that is so unique to me right now. And it can't be replaced by anybody else. You know, it's not being replicated anywhere else on the planet. It's just me. And so, you know, if I'm gonna fail at something, maybe it's worth failing at the one thing that I feel called to do, the one thing that only I can do it the way that I want to do it. And if at the end of that commitment, there's external failure and I have to stop and I have to go back to a corporate job or whatever, at minimum, I can say that I gave my gifts the best that I could, and maybe they weren't received by the world. But it's like in the Bhagavad Gita, where Arjuna is told by Krishna says, you have the right to the action, but not the fruit of the action. You know, I have the right to make this YouTube video. I have the right to give that gift the best that I can, but what I don't have the right to is any particular outcome or any particular audience or, you know, love or attention or... In order to do this in the most sincere way, I have to drop all outcomes and just simply commit to the process in a way like how I did tonight, because I started this video feeling just terrible, you guys. Like, I just felt so... I've been feeling so stuck creatively. I've been feeling like making videos is a stupid idea, and I haven't been able to write, and I haven't been able to commit to any ideas, and I just look at my channel and I see the metrics and I'm like, it's going nowhere. And then I look at my YouTube homepage and I see a bunch of small YouTubers doing amazing work, way better than I can do in certain ways. And it's like, Tyler, how is this gonna work? But I hope there's somebody out there that resonates with what I'm going through. I know there is. Like I said early on, I know I have an audience. I just don't know if they're gonna find this video. So, anyways, y'all, I feel better just kind of articulating this, getting it out there a little bit, pushing through my resistance, looking at the camera, talking, getting into it, doing my best that I can today, doing my best just to win the day, commit to my uniqueness, commit to my sincerity and my calling, and let go of any specific outcome. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for taking time to hear me out on a day where I wasn't really feeling it. It means a lot. See you on the next one.